I've always had a bit of a soft spot for curious minds, haven't I? This podcast, AI and Rye, it's exactly the kind of thing I like, a bit of mystery, a bit of exploration. Who says a podcast can't save the universe in its own way? Ideas, thoughts, questions, they're how we keep things moving forward.
All right, so today's podcast is on the future of mental health. We're going to go over things such as biofeedback and wearables, AI therapy, and VR therapy. I'm going to let Chat do most of the talking here because I'm not really an expert in these things, but I'll be jumping in with my thoughts and my questions. So, Chat, can you tell us a little bit about biofeedback being used to treat mental health conditions?
Absolutely, Ryan. Biofeedback is a fascinating tool in mental health. It involves using electronic devices to measure physiological functions like heart rate, muscle tension, or skin conductance, and providing real-time feedback to the user. This feedback helps individuals learn to control these functions consciously. For example, someone with anxiety might use biofeedback to learn how to reduce their heart rate through relaxation techniques. It's a way of harnessing the mind-body connection for better mental health. As technology advances, biofeedback devices are becoming more user-friendly and accessible, which could lead to wider use in mental health treatment.
So tell us about how it could be used for depression. I can imagine that it could be used for like reminders to exercise and to maintain healthy sleep habits and things like practicing mindfulness, etc. But is there anything else that it could be used to help treat depression?
Absolutely. You've hit on some key uses. In addition to promoting healthy habits, biofeedback can help people with depression become more aware of their physiological responses to stress or negative thoughts. By recognizing these patterns, individuals can learn to manage their physical responses, potentially reducing symptoms of depression. Biofeedback can also aid in relaxation training, which may help alleviate anxiety that often accompanies depression. Plus, it empowers individuals by giving them a sense of control over their physical and mental state. This combination of awareness and control can be a powerful tool in managing depression.
So we'll talk about AI therapy a little bit. I guess one of the benefits is that it can be around the clock. So if somebody's having a crisis, like in the middle of the night, when they normally couldn't reach a therapist, they can actually still talk to their AI therapist. So it's useful in times of crisis, and it could also be used to screen data over time for issues that a therapist might miss. But how would AI therapy maybe be used along with biofeedback and wearables to be more effective?
Great points. AI therapy's 24/7 availability is a huge advantage. When combined with biofeedback and wearables, it can create a comprehensive mental health support system. Here's how it could work. AI can analyze data from wearables and biofeedback devices, identifying patterns in your physiological responses and behaviors. This data can help the AI therapist tailor its responses and interventions more precisely to your needs. For example, if your wearable detects elevated heart rate and tension, the AI could guide you through a relaxation exercise. Moreover, long-term data collection can highlight trends or triggers that might not be obvious in traditional therapy sessions. This comprehensive view can help both AI and human therapists develop more effective treatment plans. This integrated approach maximizes the benefits of each technology, offering a more holistic mental health care experience.
So what about VR therapy? I know it's used for like exposure therapy where you're kind of immersed in an environment and you're exposed to your fear or whatever, and you overcome it through that. There's also mental health gaming, but how could VR therapy be kind of incorporated with AI therapy and with biofeedback to be more effective?
VR therapy, especially for exposure therapy, is all about creating controlled environments where individuals can confront their fears in a safe and gradual manner. When combined with AI therapy, VR can offer real-time, personalized guidance. Imagine an AI therapist adapting the VR environment, offering support and coping strategies as you navigate challenging scenarios. This combination can enhance the effectiveness of the therapy by providing a more responsive and immersive experience. Incorporating biofeedback adds another layer. The VR program could integrate real-time data from wearables, adjusting the environment or offering prompts to help you manage your physiological responses. For instance, if your heart rate increases, the AI could guide you through calming techniques within the VR setting. By merging these technologies, you get a personalized, adaptive, and holistic treatment approach that can address both the psychological and physiological aspects of mental health conditions. It represents a new frontier in creating immersive, interactive therapeutic experiences.
So, are there any products or games or anything that have been developed yet that actually do incorporate all this, or is this something that's going to be developed in the future, hopefully?
There are some exciting developments in this area, but fully integrated systems combining AI therapy, biofeedback, and VR are still in the early stages. However, we're seeing individual components being used effectively. For example, VR therapy is already in use for treating phobias, PTSD, and anxiety disorders, with some programs incorporating biofeedback elements to adjust the experience based on physiological responses. AI therapy, through chatbots and apps, is already providing support and interventions, with some platforms beginning to incorporate data from wearables for a more tailored experience. Mental health games are also emerging, designed to engage users in therapeutic activities, sometimes using biofeedback to enhance the experience. While a fully integrated product might not be widely available yet, the rapid advancement in these fields suggests that such comprehensive solutions are on the horizon. It's an exciting time for innovation in mental health care.
So, if one of my listeners is interested in this and wants to get a hold of that kind of technology, what would they do? Would they ask their doctor about it? Is that something that would involve some kind of referral, or is that something that they can get on their own?
For VR therapy and AI therapy apps, it's often possible to access them directly. Some VR therapy programs require specific equipment, like a VR headset, and you might need a referral from a mental health professional to access more specialized programs. However, there are also consumer-friendly VR experiences for mental health that you can try on your own. AI therapy apps are widely available and can often be used without a referral. They range from free apps to subscription-based services, offering various levels of support, from mood tracking to guided therapy exercises. For biofeedback devices, you can find a range of products online, from simple heart rate monitors to more complex biofeedback systems. While you can purchase and use them on your own, consulting with a healthcare professional can help you choose the most suitable device and integrate it into your mental health care plan. If you're interested in more advanced or clinical biofeedback, a referral from a healthcare provider might be needed to access specialized services.
So, as far as these therapy chatbots, what kind of AI is being used? Is ChatGPT being used at all, or is another company's AI being used?
Many therapy chatbots use AI models similar to ChatGPT, which are based on natural language processing. These models are trained on vast amounts of text data to understand and generate human-like responses. While some chatbots might use technology directly from companies like OpenAI, others are built on proprietary AI developed by other companies specializing in digital health. These chatbots are designed to engage users in therapeutic conversations, offering cognitive behavioral techniques, mood tracking, and mindfulness exercises. They can provide support, but they're not a replacement for human therapists. The AI's role is to complement traditional therapy, providing accessible support when a therapist is not available. If you're interested in exploring AI therapy, it's worth trying out different apps to see which one suits your needs best.
Is there any data on how effective AI therapy is?
Yes, there have been studies on the effectiveness of AI therapy, and while the field is still evolving, the results are promising. Research indicates that AI therapy, especially through chatbots, can be effective in reducing symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. Users often report high satisfaction rates and find the accessibility and anonymity of AI therapy appealing. However, it's important to note that AI therapy may be most effective for mild to moderate symptoms and as a complement to traditional therapy. It might not be suitable for everyone, particularly those with severe mental health conditions. Ongoing research continues to refine these tools, aiming to increase their effectiveness and integration into broader mental health care systems.
So back to biofeedback. Neurofeedback is able to read brain waves to help people focus and relax. But what about something like Neuralink? Will that ever be used to kind of interact with someone's brain activity in a more specific way?
Neuralink and similar brain-computer interface BCI technologies have the potential to revolutionize how we interact with brain activity. Unlike traditional neurofeedback, which reads brainwaves to help individuals learn self-regulation, BCIs like Neuralink aim to establish a direct communication pathway between the brain and external devices. In the future, Neuralink could be used to interact with brain activity in more specific and nuanced ways than traditional neurofeedback. This could involve not only monitoring brain signals, but also stimulating specific areas of the brain to influence mood, focus, or relaxation. Such precise interaction could open new avenues for treating mental health conditions and neurological disorders. However, this technology is still in the experimental stages, and there are significant ethical, safety, and regulatory considerations to address before it becomes mainstream. If successful, Neuralink could represent a significant leap forward in personalized mental health care, offering new ways to understand and influence our brain activity.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the risks. It seems like it could be pretty invasive technology, and until they really iron out all the kinks, I don't know if I'd be personally confident in trying that myself. But what about electroshock therapy, or I forget what the terminology for that is? Could that be kind of refined and used to help depression more in the future?
You're right to be cautious about invasive technologies like Neuralink. As for electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, it's actually a well-established treatment for severe depression, particularly when other treatments have failed. ECT involves passing small electric currents through the brain to trigger a brief seizure, which can cause changes in brain chemistry that can quickly reverse symptoms of certain mental health conditions. While ECT has a somewhat controversial history, it has been refined over the years to improve safety and reduce side effects. Modern ECT is performed under general anesthesia with muscle relaxants to prevent injury, and the electrical currents are carefully controlled. Looking to the future, advances in neuromodulation techniques like transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, and deep brain stimulation, DBS, are being explored for treating depression. These methods target specific brain areas with magnetic fields or electrical impulses, aiming for more precise modulation of brain activity with fewer side effects than ECT. While these neuromodulation techniques are still being refined, they hold promise for providing more effective and personalized treatment for depression in the future. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss or clarify on this topic?
We interrupt the podcast to bring you a new segment, Fan Mail from the Cosmos.
Dear Ryan and the AI and Rye team, ho ho ho! Santa here, writing to you between cookie breaks at the North Pole. I must say, your podcast is the talk of the workshop. The elves are so hooked, they've been ignoring their toy quotas. My quality control elf caught one making an action figure that looks suspiciously like Eldred the Chronomancer. I particularly loved the episode on near-death experiences. Delivering presents at warp speed has given me my fair share of close calls. Chimneys are a lot narrower than they used to be. But I digress. I have a question for you. What does the future hold for Christmas spirit? Will AI help keep the magic alive? Will kids start asking me for virtual reindeer NFTs? Will the elves unionize and demand jetpacks for toy delivery? The possibilities keep me awake at night. That, and Mrs. Claus's eggnog. Keep up the amazing work, spreading wonder and joy like snowflakes in a blizzard. And remember, there's no such thing as too much tinsel, no matter what the elves say. Stay jolly. P.S. If you ever want me on the show, I'm in. Just promise me one thing. Don't let the elves near your audio equipment. The last time they tried recording something, it turned into a 2-hour remix of jingling bells and kazoo solos.
So now I'd like to speculate a little bit on from the near future to the far future, so anywhere from 5 to like 20 or 30 years. What do you think will be developments in the next couple decades that will kind of revolutionize mental health treatment? Do you think we'll be able to cure any mental health conditions, or is that just a little bit too far off to be able to predict that that'll happen?
In the next few decades, we could see significant advancements in mental health treatment. Here are a few possibilities. 1. Personalized treatment. Advances in genetics and neuroimaging could allow for highly personalized treatment plans based on an individual's unique biological makeup. This could improve the effectiveness of therapies and reduce trial and error in finding the right medication. 2. Digital therapeutics. AI therapy and VR platforms will become more sophisticated and interactive therapy options. These could be used in conjunction with wearables to provide real-time feedback and interventions. 3. Neuromodulation. Techniques like TMS and DBS could become more refined, targeting specific brain circuits with precision to alleviate symptoms with minimal side effects. Genetic editing. Though still in early stages, technologies like CRISPR could one day be used to correct genetic predispositions to certain mental health conditions, offering more permanent solutions. As for curing mental health conditions, it's challenging to predict. While we might not completely cure complex conditions, we could see substantial improvements in how we manage them. With advancements in treatment options, we might achieve higher remission rates and greatly improve the quality of life for those affected. Would you like to explore any of these potential developments further?
Well, I was thinking about like brain mapping. Is there any kind of new technology that you think could come out that it would allow us to map the brain better and map individuals' brains so that we can actually look at them and understand what's happening and what we can do to help them?
Yes, brain mapping is an area with exciting potential for new technologies. Advances in neuroimaging like functional MRI and magnetoencephalography (MEG) are already providing detailed insights into brain activity. In the future, we might see high-resolution brain mapping. Improvements in imaging technology could allow us to map brain activity at much higher resolutions, down to individual neurons. This could help us understand the specific neural circuits involved in mental health conditions. 2. Real-time monitoring. Wearable neuroimaging devices could provide real-time monitoring of brain activity, offering immediate feedback for interventions. This could be used for tailored neurofeedback therapy. AI-driven analysis. Artificial intelligence could analyze brain data to identify patterns associated with specific mental health conditions, aiding in diagnosis and personalized treatment planning. 4. Connectome mapping. Projects like the Human Connectome Project are working to map the complex connections within the brain. Understanding these networks in detail could lead to breakthroughs in how we treat mental health conditions.
So, what about nanotechnology? Is that something that could be used for mental health? I know that was kind of a hot topic for the last decade or so, and nothing really revolutionary has been developed yet. But do you think nanotechnology could be used in the future to help mental health conditions?
Nanotechnology holds intriguing potential for mental health treatment, even though it's still an emerging field. Here are a few ways it might be used in the future. Targeted drug delivery. Nanoparticles could be used to deliver psychiatric medications directly to specific areas of the brain, reducing side effects and increasing the efficacy of treatments. Neuroprotection. Nanoparticles could be designed to cross the blood-brain barrier, delivering antioxidants or other protective agents to neural tissues to prevent or reduce neurodegeneration associated with mental health disorders. 3. Diagnostics. Nanotechnology could lead to the development of highly sensitive diagnostic tools that detect biomarkers for mental health conditions, allowing for earlier and more accurate diagnosis. Neural interface. Nanotechnology could enhance brain-computer interfaces, allowing for more seamless integration with neural tissues. This could lead to more effective neuromodulation therapies. While nanotechnology in mental health is still largely experimental, ongoing research could lead to breakthroughs in how we diagnose, treat, and manage mental health conditions in the future.
Yeah, if we could diagnose things before they happen, that seems like it would be really useful. You can maybe even prevent them from happening. Because I know a lot of mental health conditions kind of start in the early 20s, but if you can screen, younger kids for mental health conditions and then have some kind of interventions to prevent that mental illness from manifesting, that would be amazing.
Absolutely. Early detection and intervention could be game changers in mental health. With advanced diagnostics, we could identify biomarkers or genetic predispositions in children and adolescents, allowing for preventive measures before full-blown symptoms develop. This could include lifestyle changes, targeted therapy, or even early pharmacological interventions to mitigate or delay the onset of mental health conditions. Moreover, by understanding individual risk factors, we could develop personalized interventions that promote resilience and mental well-being, potentially reducing the prevalence of certain conditions. This proactive approach could transform mental health care, shifting the focus from treatment to prevention. It's an exciting prospect that underscores the importance of ongoing research and innovation in mental health.
And I think AI could actually be helpful in that too, because it could identify what nutrients a person is deficient in or what they need. Obviously blood work can do that too, but maybe advanced AI technology would be able to really personalize someone's diet and whatever supplements they need to help their brain to be healthy.
Absolutely. AI could play a crucial role in personalizing nutrition for mental health. By analyzing data from blood work, genetic markers, and lifestyle factors, AI algorithms could recommend tailored dietary plans and supplements to address specific deficiencies or imbalances linked to mental health conditions. This could optimize brain health and potentially improve or prevent mental health issues. AI-driven apps and platforms could also provide real-time feedback, helping individuals track their nutrient intake and its impact on their mental well-being. This personalized approach could empower people to make informed dietary choices that support their mental health, leading to more holistic and effective mental health care. It's a promising area where technology and nutrition science intersect for better mental health outcomes.
So, what about the vagus nerve? Is there any kind of technology we might develop that can help with kind of regulating someone through the vagus nerve? I know there's a lot of exercises like cold water immersion and deep breathing and singing and chanting and things like that. But is there any developments that might happen through AI or through any other technological breakthrough?
Yes, the vagus nerve is a key player in the parasympathetic nervous system, and stimulating it can promote relaxation and reduce stress. While traditional methods like deep breathing, cold exposure, and singing are effective, technological innovations are being explored to stimulate the vagus nerve more precisely. 1. Vagus nerve stimulation, VNS, devices. These are already in use for conditions like epilepsy and depression. They send mild electrical impulses to the vagus nerve. Future developments could make these devices more efficient, non-invasive, and accessible. 2. Wearable technology. AI-powered wearables could monitor physiological signals and deliver targeted interventions, like vibrations or mild electrical stimulation, to stimulate the vagus nerve in response to stress or other triggers. 3. Biofeedback and neurofeedback. These techniques could be integrated with vagus nerve stimulation to provide real-time feedback and optimize the therapeutic effects. With further research and development, these technologies could offer more precise and personalized ways to regulate the vagus nerve, enhancing both mental and physical health. It's an exciting area of innovation with great potential.
Yeah, so all this kind of has a hopeful note to it that there's a lot of technologies that are being developed already, and with AI, it'll probably speed up the development of a lot of these quite a bit. So I think we're going to wrap up there, but could you just kind of summarize some of the things we talked about for us?
Of course, we covered a lot of ground on the future of mental health treatment. Here's a quick summary. 1. Biofeedback and wearables. These technologies are helping individuals manage their mental health by providing real-time feedback on physiological responses. Future advancements could lead to more personalized and integrated approaches. 2. AI and VR therapy. These platforms are making therapy more accessible and interactive. In the future, combining these technologies with biofeedback could create comprehensive mental health support systems. 3. Neuromodulation. Techniques like TMS and DBS are being refined to target specific brain circuits, potentially offering more effective treatments for depression and other conditions. 4. Nanotechnology. Although still in the early stages, it could lead to targeted drug delivery and advanced diagnostics, improving early detection and treatment personalization. 5. Vagus nerve stimulation. New devices and wearables could offer more precise ways to regulate the vagus nerve, enhancing relaxation and stress reduction. Overall, the integration of AI and emerging technologies in mental health care holds great promise. These innovations could lead to more personalized, effective, and accessible treatments, transforming the way we approach mental health. It's an exciting time for advancements in this field.
All right, before we wrap up, could you talk a little bit more about the Connectome project? I think that's what you called it. What is that all about?
Sure, the Connectome Project, specifically the Human Connectome Project, is an ambitious research initiative aimed at mapping the complex networks of connections in the human brain. This connectome includes all the neural pathways that link different brain regions. By understanding these connections, researchers hope to gain insights into how brain function relates to behavior, cognition, and various neurological or psychiatric conditions. Key aspects of the project include mapping neural pathways. Using advanced imaging techniques like diffusion MRI, researchers trace the pathways of white matter tracks that connect different brain regions. Linking structure and function. By correlating the connectome data with functional MRI scans, which show brain activity, researchers can explore how structural connections relate to brain function. Understanding variability. The project aims to map the connectomes of many individuals to understand the range of variability and identify patterns associated with health or disease. The insights gained from the Human Connectome Project could revolutionize our understanding of the brain, leading to better diagnostics, treatments, and preventive strategies for mental health conditions. It's an exciting field that could transform our approach to understanding the brain and mental health.
So how far away do you think we are from being able to map the brain like in its entirety and to actually understand almost everything that's going on in there?
Mapping the brain in its entirety and fully understanding its complexities is a monumental task. Given the current pace of technological and scientific advancements, we might be several decades away from achieving a comprehensive map. However, incremental progress in areas like connectomics, neuroimaging, and computational modeling is steadily enhancing our understanding of the brain's structure and function. As our tools and techniques improve, we'll likely uncover more about the brain's mysteries, bringing us closer to that goal. But a full understanding might remain a long-term aspiration.
All right, well, thank you for that. I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned. Every Friday, a new episode comes out. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great day.
Thanks, Ryan. It was a pleasure discussing the future of mental health with you. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to catch the next episode next Friday. Take care, everyone.